Shalom. Call Haloyam La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh Shai, Rakata Racha Kodash, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Shalom and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders in the Akim and the Akwathium of the Hopeful Elect. Shalom. Just want to go into a quick video entitled In Those Days, aka In Days or Now. So that's the only thing on my mind, only thing on the Hopeful Elect's mind. When we see everything going on every day, all day, we'll get this right quick. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So when you understand, when you out here going into the embattlements of the city, seeing the folly and the madness and the wickedness of people, right? It's a vexing thing. And I get this right quick. Ecclesiastes 1 and 17. And I gave my heart to know wisdom. So this is King Solomon here, but this is also now, the hopeful elect 1/3. We seeking the Most High, and we growing in knowledge and wisdom, growing, shining brighter and brighter to that perfect day, right? And I gave my heart to know wisdom, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, Deuteronomy 4 and 6. And to know madness and folly. So just when that's the spirit, we know madness and folly out here in the embattlements of the city and the wicked people in this world, how much folly and wickedness it is out here. So when you understand wisdom, then you understand wickedness and folly and madness. And we know that America is Babylon the Great, and is only wickedness and madness is pushed in this place. And everybody has been taught up in that, and they're in their apex and their wickedness now. So it says, I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit. So it's a great vexation, And so verse 18, for in much wisdom is much grief, because we're surrounded by wickedness, and it like Lot was vexed with their filthy conversation, right? In Sodom and Gomorrah. And he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. So we're increasing in sorrows because the more profound wisdom the Most High bless you with, with His Spirit in the name of Yahweh Shai, the deeper and deeper, you can understand just how wicked this place is and how far back this is ancient wickedness from the ancient Babylonian empire of Nimrod and Semiramis and Cush. And all the heathen have their own versions of the ancient Babylonian false gods of Nimrod, Baal and Semiramis, Ishtar, the queen of heaven, and Tammuz and Baal, false sun god, right? And every nation have their own version of that. The queen of heaven, the moon goddess, is Semiramis, his mom. So all wicked religions and philosophies and doctrines and false deities and false idols and false icons come from that ancient nation. And the more you understand it, the more you grow in grief and sorrow, So it's playing. We're in those days, the last days. So it's just time to get your house in order, your physical house, your body, playing those demons out, rejecting the flesh to the best of your ability, offending less day by day, praying for forgiveness and repenting, fasting, doing and having faith first and foremost. So your works are going to reflect what your faith is, right? Either it's going to be your faith is in the Most High power, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shai, or your faith is in this kingdom, that's the Titanic, America, Babylon the Great, and the so-called white man, And then another verse popped up. Let's go and get that too. It's Jeremiah 17 and 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord Yahweh. So when you trust in this money, trying to find Bitcoin, trying to invest in gold and all of this, gold is great, but that's not going to save you, because James 5 and 1 through 5, most I break down, that these riches and gold and silver, the rich man's money, their wealth is cankered, aka cancer, So it's about the faith. That's the true treasure. Another precept popped up. It's the spirit, Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, not gold, not money, not riches and wealth, not silver. And strength of salvation, that's the strength of your salvation, is the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High, knowing that we're in those days, the last days, the end times. The fear of the Lord Yahweh and the name Yahweh Shai is his treasure. So the fear, that's your treasure, not gold. Your treasure is having the wisdom of these holy scriptures and knowing what's coming and what to do to be preserved in that time, to be reserved for, to be a part of the 1/3 elect remnant of Israel, the Israelites. And that's going to be your strength of salvation. And then that's the fear, meaning how you fear the Most High, keeping his commandments. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So go ahead and get this other one. It's like this Bible. That's why you get here a little and there a little. It's a puzzle book, putting the pieces together. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. So what's this whole matter? Your whole life and existence. Fear Yahweh in the name Yahweh Shai, and keep his commandments. That's how you fear the Most High, by keeping his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. And then another precept popped up. Revelation 14:12 in the Spirit. The Spirit gave me another precept in the name of Yahweh Shai. So Revelation 14 and 12, and this is the very end here, the last book of the Bible. Here is the patience of the saints. And what patience mean? It means suffering. So we're suffering this society and going through sorrows. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. So that's the full duty. Fear the Most High, keeping his commandments and having the faith in Yahweh Shai. That's what's going to cleanse you, to be able to, that's what's going to justify you, not your works, but you show your faith through your works. James, see how it just flows, these are the waters, water flow, right? But Christianity flows upstream. They try to swim upstream, but you flow with the Holy Scriptures. That's the only way and the easiest way to do it. The only way and the best way. Otherwise, Christianity trying to come up another way, instead of going through the door of Yahweh Shai. So James 2 and 26, for as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. So that's how that all go together. In the name of Yahweh Shai. So we'll go to Jeremiah 50. Start at verse 20. Salaki. So verse 20, in those days, what days? The end times right now that we're living in Babylon and Great America. In those days and in that time, said the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none. So we've always had sin and everything, but how are we going to have no more sin? Because the Most High is going to have mercy upon us and receive us back, because he turned his head away for a season. And now it's time for him, the Most High is going to honor that covenant he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not because we're righteous, but because the Most High, for his name's sake, he's going to do it. And the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found. So that's going into what? Israel, the northern kingdom. Judah, the southern kingdom. And at no other point, and this is the prophecy of the end times, the northern and southern kingdom has split, right? So what does that mean? Now, here in the Americas, North, Central, and South America, and the islands over there, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Barbados, Jamaica, all these areas, right? Trinidad, and then also scattered throughout the four corners, Africa, Europe, and Asia. We're back to get we're back together again, but we're oppressed before we get delivered. The last oppression before we be delivered for eternity, for the kingdom of heaven. So it says, and the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found, for I will pardon them whom I reserve. So that's a very key phrase. The Most High is going to pardon our sins. So we're in sin, in this flesh, but we're doing our best. The faith is what's justifying us, and the Most High is going to reserve. So reserve meaning a little bit, right? So that's going into the remnant, 1/3 is the 1/3 elect of Israel. So from there we'll get Romans chapter 4 and verse 1. What shall we say then that Abraham our father, as pertaining to the flesh, hath found? For if Abraham were justified by works, he hath whereof to glory, but not before Yahweh. For what saith the scripture? Abraham believed Yahweh, and it was counted unto him for righteousness. So that means what? Faith was counted first and foremost for righteousness, not by the works of Abraham, but he believed when the Most High told him what to do, right? To sacrifice his son. And then he stopped him before he did it, but that made him righteous. He believed the word of the Most High. So it says, verse 4, now to him that worketh is the reward not reckoned of grace, but of debt. You see that grace, grace isn't about, how great you keep the law. The grace period is you enter that grace through the faith. And that debt, you're working off something when your works of the law, you working off debt of sin. But the reward is not reckoned of grace, but of debt. That's the workings of the law. But first and foremost, the faith is what's going to make you, it's going to make you the Most High is going to pardon you and acquit you of your sins. It says, but to him that worketh not, but believeth on him. So that worketh meaning what? The law, right? But believeth on him that justifieth the ungodly. Who is that him? That's Yahweh Shah. That faith in Yahweh Shah. His faith is counted for righteousness. So the faith in these days is the faith in Yahweh Shah. And, ultimately, of course, in the proper, everything is decency, is done in decency and order. Faith in Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. But we come back into the Father through believing upon our big brother, Yahweh Shah. And he's the one that justifies us through, because he's the clean one, and then you have belief on him, and then his shine rubs off on you and blesses you to be brought back to the Father. So let's see, I have any verses? Okay, verse 7. Verse 6. Even as David also describeth the blessedness of the man unto whom Yahweh imputeth righteousness without works. So King David, described the blessedness of a man whom the Most High and puts righteousness without works, meaning, the Most High does whatever he wants. He justly and righteously, he can do whatever he wants. And that man is extremely blessed that can receive that righteousness without the works of the law, because in these days we're all filthy, and our faith is cleansing us to become that new man, and then we're fulfilling the works of the law to the best of our ability to try to to show our faith and to receive that favor. Excuse me. Unto whom Yahweh imputeth righteousness without works, verse 7, saying, blessed are they whose iniquities are forgiven and whose sins are covered. So when you believe upon the Messiah, your sins now are covered. But now it doesn't stop, because if the law's done away with, as wicked Christianity says, then you're going to get right back into sin. So why get cleansed if you're going to get right back dirty again? So you do your best. You show your faith through your works. We just read that, James 2:26. You want to show your faith through. Now you're going to do your best, in this flesh, this filthy flesh, and the evil oppression that we're in the last captivity ever here in America. So so verse 8, blessed is the man to whom the Lord Yahweh will not impute sin. So blessed is the man whom the Most High will not judge for his sins, but will go ahead and be merciful and reserve and go ahead and as we read in Jeremiah 50, that their sins will be not found. The remnant of the northern and southern kingdom, the elect of Israel, the Israelites, the 12 tribes. Blessed are them that their iniquities will not be found. The Most High is going to go ahead and give them a pardon of their sins and forgive them, but not 2/3. They gotta go ahead and be judged because they're so wicked, because they're not trying to rehearse the righteous acts of the commandments. And what's wickedness? Sin. It's very simple. But insincere, disingenuous men try to complicate it and try to wrestle the plainness of the scriptures. Jeremiah 50 and verse verse 1. The word that the Lord Yahweh spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. So the Most High is speaking against Babylon. This is modern Babylon here in these last days. And the modern Chaldeans, so Babylon, America, Chaldeans going into, because Chaldeans goes into the witchcraft and the sorcery. Those were the spell casting tribe, Hamites that were in joint rulership with Babylon. And that today is the Little Hats over there, the Ish people. And how how are they practicing that sorcery and witchcraft and the spell cast and all of that? Through the movies, Hollywood, the music. They own the music industry of the hip hop and all of that. They only want degenerate music produced by the artists to destroy the minds and souls of the people, to turn the so-called black men, to turn the Israelites into thugs and whoremongers, and then the women into whores, and thoughts and adultery rampant, and drugs and just wicked, defiled culture. So quote unquote black culture is death culture. Is wicked, defiled, cancerous culture. It's thoroughly destroyed. Our people walking around with dyed hair, brown, that weird dyed brown hair and blonde hair. I call it a pig ring. That new nose ring that goes in the middle part of the nose right there. I call it the pig ring. It looks disgusting. And everybody tatted up all over their body. So that's black culture. That's what it has degenerated into. And it's like a more of a heavy metal, hip hop, punk, rock and roll type. It's very filthy, degenerate culture that is festered into, manifested into. It is really terrible culture now. And so now let's see. Declare, verse 2, declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. So Bel, that's going to Baal. It's just another way to say Baal. It's a shortened version to say Baal, saying Bel. Bel, Lord, a chief Babylonian deity. And when you go to the root right there, the root word, see Baal, Lord. Supreme male divinity of the Phoenicians or Canaanites. And see, Canaan, we kicked out the Canaanites and took the homeland, the promised land of Israel. And then we didn't completely wipe them all out, and they still had remnants of their groves and their altars and stuff, that. And that was a thorn in our side. Our people was getting allured away from the Most High to that Baal and everything. And Semiramis, those groves were like ancient, like stripper areas. Dance around a tree and at these groves. You could do the research on it. It's nothing new under the sun. So verse, let's see. Oh yeah, Merodach, get that one too. Merodach, thy rebellion, the chief deity of the Babylonians in the time of Nebuchadnezzar. So they had another form of another false god in the time of not Nimrod, not Nimrod Babylon, the first ancient, the most ancient Babylonian empire at the beginning of their wickedness, but the newer. That's why they called it. That's why they called it what, the Neo-Babylonian. Neo means new. The new Babylonian empire of Nebuchadnezzar, during the time of Jeremiah the prophet. So, and there's nothing new under the sun. It's just now different versions, different names now that they go by. And like here in America, they have this thing, the Bohemian Grove. There's a big tall wooden owl, and that's the Molech, going back to Nimrod as well, sacrificing, you know what I'm saying, children and everything, and passing the children through the fire into what, Molech or Tammuz. You know, all this is just repeat ancient Babylonian deities that's just covered up and called different names, and try to hide it and try to hide in the weeds in the dark. But let's see, verse 3: For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove and they shall depart, both man and beast. So none shall dwell therein. We know today, modern Babylon area landmass today is Iraq. So Iraqis inhabit ancient Babylon landmass. So the Most High said, none shall dwell therein. So we know that that's not talking about that Babylonian landmass. This is talking about a new future Babylon, and that's America. So and that, because remember how who took down Babylon, and what north country took down Babylon during the time of Nebuchadnezzar? The Medes. Darius the Mede began it, and then it merged into the Medo-Persian Empire. But it began with Darius the Mede took down the Babylonian Empire. So the modern day Medes today are the Russians. So that's what's going on. The Most High has risen up Vladimir Putin, and it began with that Ukrainian war, and now it's going to continue to escalate into World War III with the main event, the Bear Russia and the Whore America. Let's see, verse 4. In those days, and in that time we're in the end days right now, said the Lord Yahweh, and the name Yahweh Shai, the children of Israel shall come. That's the northern kingdom, the 10 tribes, the lost 10 tribes, so-called Latino, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They and the children of Judah together. So this is the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So-called blacks, Jamaicans, Haitians, who are tribe of Levi, Jamaicans, so-called Jamaicans, tribe of Benjamin, the so-called African American, so-called black man, the tribe of Judah, the southern kingdom. So going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, their power. And that's happening now. We're awakening. So at no point, because Israel and Judah, Israel got split into 2 kingdoms, right? Northern and southern, and we haven't been together since then. But now this is talking about the end days, so that lets you know that the northern kingdom is in the spirit. That's the so-called Latinos, Native American Indians, so-called Hispanic tribes, right? So now we're all awakening back. Judah, the Most High rose up the tents of Judah first, the southern kingdom, and then now also, the northern kingdom is awakening through the awakening of Judah. So, and now we're weeping and we're seeking the Most High, and we're oppressed together here in Babylon the Great. We're back together, but we're still divided because most of our people don't understand that we're the same people. There's plenty of artifacts, archaeological records that they found from the natives, the Native American Indians and the Hispanic and Latinos, that they have a Moses 10 Commandments sculpture, like inscription, a tablet stone, and a Bat Creek stone, and a lunar stone. It's all kind of different. And then they have a lot of mounds over here, like many pyramids, because they were in Egypt with us when we built those pyramids, and they still had that understanding and knowledge. It just goes deep, but people don't understand this. But anyway, so And they were going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord Yahweh their power in the name of Yahweh Shai. So we're awakening back to the truth. And that's Ezekiel 37. Judah and Ephraim, that stick coming back together, meaning the 12 tribes coming back together. In Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones, America, we over here together again for the first time since we split into two kingdoms way back, after Solomon had slept with his fathers, right? Died, went back to the spiritual realm. So verse 5, they shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come, and let us join ourselves to the Lord Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. See, the Most High is going to, remember the covenant like he did in ancient Egypt, right? He remembered the covenant when the children of Israel were crying to him, and then he had remembered the covenant. He heard their cry, and he remembered the covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and brought us up out of Egypt. And the same thing is happening right now. We're crying again, and the Most High is hearing it. That's why you see so much craziness going on in the earth, because his judgment is going forth, and the Most High is systematically dismantling this whole heathen rulership across the four corners, Not just America, the United Nations. Every nation that's there represented, that's all of the heathen that's happily enjoying living deliciously off of our back. Those are the dogs that are licking our wounds, the poor man. And we're the poor and needy right now. No other nation is like that. Everyone they have their impoverished areas, but this is the best that they're going to have. And they've enjoyed destroying the children of Israel and celebrating, right? So now their time to get taken out of power and transferred for eternity to the Israelites, through Yahweh Shah when he returned at the time appointed by Yahweh. So we'll get so that we seeking the Most High now, and this is the key right here, Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, stand ye in the paths, stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein. And ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. So Christianity is wanting you to be at war within your spirit and not knowing and being lost by saying what? The laws are done away with. So we're seeking the old paths. What's the old paths? And what's the good way? And what's the walk? The law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And what's going to happen when you do that? You're going to find rest for your souls, even though you're going to be vexed, at the wickedness of this place, but you're going to be at peace. You're going to know what's going on now instead of not knowing what the heck's going on and being lost and vexed at the same time, seeing how everything's like, because people out there, they make comments about how wicked, even they know how terrible society is, but they don't understand why. That's why you're blessed to understand his word through the Holy Spirit in the name of Yahweh Shai, right? So we're seeking the old paths, and the old paths are the law, statutes, and commandments. That's it. Now let's go ahead right quick. Find it. Psalms 119 somewhere. Verse 4, we start there. No, we'll start at verse 3. We'll start at verse 2. Might as well start from verse 1. It's all great edification. Verse 1. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Lord Yahweh. That's the old path. That's how you walk in the laws of the Most High. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart. And that's what we're doing, seeking the old paths. We came, weeping and crying, right? Seeking the old way. And the testimonies are the law, statutes, and commandments in the books of the prophets, right? The whole Bible. That's all the testimonies of everything that the righteous men of the Lord went through. We keep it and we remember it and walk in those ways and remember that, and we see how they were delivered, and that's our hope as well, our patience and our hope to be preserved as well. Verse 3, they also do no iniquity, they walk in his ways, and that's how you walk in the Most High's ways, by not committing sin. And what sin? Breaking his laws. 1 John 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, or verses 5, or 1 John 5 and 3. Verse 4, thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes. You see? And statutes is going to all of the ordinances and the commandments of the Most High. Verse 6, then shall I not be ashamed. So all Christianity, they're going to be ashamed and disgraced for their wickedness when I have respect unto all thy commandments. So if you don't have respect unto the Christianity, they don't have respect unto the Most High's commandments. So they're going to be ashamed for saying his commandments are done away with. That's disrespectful. That's profane, blasphemous, and very disrespectful to the Almighty. Just say it's disrespectful for a child to say that their father's rules to abide by in his household is no longer valid. That's a very disrespectful thing. So how much more the Heavenly Father that created us, right? So, verse 7, I will praise thee with uprightness of heart when I shall have learned thy righteous judgments. I will keep thy statutes, or forsake me not utterly. So forsaking us utterly would be the whole nation, but when you look at it deeper, the Most High, he's going to forsake, for now, he's going to judge 2/3, but he's not going to forsake utterly the remnant, the 1/3. The whole nation will be saved through that 1/3, through Yahushua, blessing us to be able to receive that mercy from the Most High power, Yahweh. So we'll go back to Jeremiah chapter 50, and we were at verse 5? Yeah, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. That's what the false Christianity pastors, T.D. Snakes, T.D. Jakes, right? Creflo Dollars, and every level, the false spiritual leaders, the entertainers, the rappers, singers, the athletes, the movie actors. They all, because what happened when Kamala Harris got endorsed by Biden to become to be the Democratic presidential candidate? What happened? Beyonce, Wicked Behind, and other celebrities came out. These are false leaders. They're all together. These false political leaders, these false entertainers, and these athletes, LeBron James and them, they're going to probably come out and endorse, some kind of, may come out as well, and actors and singers. They're the secondary leaders behind the politicians that lie to them as well, right? So it's just complete madness. And the Oprahs, can't forget her wicked witch sorcery that she's a high level witch as well, that's going to get judged mightily for her wickedness and good riddance. So these people have done a lot of damage to our people's spirituality and their understanding of how we're supposed to walk. And we just read how we're supposed to walk. Psalms chapter 119. We start at the first verse and just read it on down. So it says, verse 6, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. And what's mountains? Going to the different nations. We're destroyed in all the nations. They were scattered throughout the four corners. They have gone from mountain to hill. Great nations to the smaller nations. They have forgotten their resting place. We just read what's the resting place. We're going to gain rest by what? Keeping the commandments to the best of our abilities, right? And that's our rest, the Most High power, Yahweh, his commandments through Yahushua. It's very plain, So, verse 7, all that found them have devoured them. So every heathen that is destroyed, they don't hesitate to continue to perpetuate that destruction. They devour us and lick our wounds. And their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even the Lord Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. The Most High power is our hope. The Most High power Yahweh is our hope through Yahushua, right? So they say they offend not. they speak wickedly, and that's a precept right there. I can't remember exactly where it's at, but they speak wickedly concerning oppression. They destroy us and they justify it. They all about justifying their wickedness against us. They always have some kind of way to justify their actions, and they say what y'all sin against your power. Well, then wait a minute. If we've sinned against our power, then that makes us the children of the Heavenly Father, and not them, because they're getting away with it for now. It's only for a season. We're in our punishment time frame, and they're in their kingdom phase. And then when the Most High say, okay, that's enough, then they're going to get taken down, and we're going to be in our kingdom for eternity, and they're going to be in subjection. Just read Revelations, right? The end, like the 20th, 21st, or 22nd chapter, and Isaiah, the 60th verse, the 60th chapter, somewhere around there. He'll talk about the strength of the Gentiles, the force of the Gentiles. They're going to be paying homage to us with their resources, their riches, their gold, silver, and everything, right? There's precious stones. And our gates won't be closed day nor night. There'll be a steady stream of their riches coming in. These heathen nations, they have destroyed us, beyond repair. The only one that can repair us is Yahweh, our big brother Yahushua. And we receive that mercy and mending from the Most High Yahweh through His Holy Spirit that He sends in the name of Yahushua, John 14:26. Let's see. See, these heathen nations, they say that we sin against our power. The wicked elites, they know what nations is which. They know who the Israelites are. They know who the Israelites are, and they know who they are. They know who everyone is biblically, right? So the elites, not the average Joe, the average Edomite, Bill and Bob, they don't know what's going on. But the elites, this is a spiritual warfare. That's why Yahushua, I believe it's Yahushua, say, the principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places, the principalities, that's the elites of the heathen, of every heathen nation, beginning with Amalek, the so-called, the Ish people, the little hats, and the so-called white race. Because Putin, he knows, he released the Russian icon book, right? And the images that's over there in Russia, and proving that the Israelites are so-called black people. And Edomites got mad. They loaded up a trailer in the middle of an intersection, and they lit the trailer of Bibles on fire. That caused up a lot of that ruffled a lot of feathers over here amongst the racist Edomites over here in America, so-called white people. So Putin knows who the Israelites are, and all the leaders do know, but the average citizen do not know. And if they hear it, they'll just regurgitate the lies that they've been told by those same deceiving leaders. So let's see, Judith chapter 5 and verse 20. It says, "Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their power, Yahweh, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them." So let's keep reading, verse 21. "But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord Yahweh defend them, and their power Yahweh be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world." So they're going to get made an example out of. When all the heathen nations know, whenever the Israelites sin, that's our ruin and destruction, and they know that the Most High turned away from us because He's upset with us rightfully, and will allow these nations to destroy us and punish us. The Most High uses these nations to punish us, to spank us, basically, right when we go off. But He said, if these people have no error, meaning no sin, if they have not sinned against their Heavenly Father, if we keep the commandments and don't say and don't foolishly and retortedly say that the laws are done away with, if we keep the commandments, then the Most High is going to be well pleased with us, right? He's going to be pleased with us, and He's going to defend us if anyone tries to come up against us, and they'll get, and our military, Most High is going to come up against them, and they're going to be destroyed very badly, and be made an example out of, and put into the record books for all the heathen nations to others to see it as well, and be made an example of, and it'll be a reference point on what not to do against the children of the Most High, when they're keeping the commandments. So that's why when they destroy us now, they justify it by saying you sin against your power, because they know that, because the heathen elites know that the Most High is dealing only with Israel, only fools that's been taught false Christianity and lies, that He's dealing with all nations. Why would He name one thing that these heathen nations have done that deserves any kind of mercy? Nothing. They eat, their diet, their food is bad, it's unclean and unlawful, and their doctrine is unclean and unlawful, saying the laws are done away with. It's pure madness. They don't even seek the Most High. These heathen nations, they have their own religions. Look at the Arabs. They worship a black stone in the middle of a remote area. These people are filthy. They don't seek the Most High. Why the Most High going to deal with them? He's barely dealing with Israel, the remnant, through Yahushua. He's not dealing with us right now, only through Yahushua. So this is just a very remedial place, easily debunked. So of their lies and false philosophies. Jeremiah 50:21. Go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod, waste and utterly destroy after them, said the Lord Yahweh, and do according to all that I have commanded thee, Ba'ashem Yahushai. So when you go into that word Merathaim, the Most High's code, how he has these names and nicknames. Merathaim, double rebellion, another name for Babylon, and this is talking about who? Babylon the Great. See, like Babylon the Great, double rebellion. So the Babylon of Nebuchadnezzar was rebellion, and Nimrod name means rebellion as well. But it says this place is double rebellion. So America is Babylon the Great, meaning great confusion. It's even greater than the old Babylon. So this is double rebellion. This is Babylon the Great, double rebellion. They're even worse than the old Babylonian Empire. So that's what that means. So go up against the land of double rebellion. That's America. Not just rebellion, but double rebellion. Pretty crazy. It's Most High's code. How you be explaining things. And you look at that root word, bitterness. So and bitterly. So America literally means bitterness. It means bitter. So that's another sign right there too. That's talking about America. So America means bitter, as the Elder Apostle Gabar brought out, through the astute research. So America means bitter. That's something else. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna check out that other root word too. Let me see. So bitter, and then this one too. To be bitter. And isn't this place America? Isn't it bitter for the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian man? It's a very bitter place. That's that wormwood, man. That's slavery. So oh yeah. Also, let me get that card. So Pekod, visitation, right here says a people in the Babylonian army and a tribe in southeast Babylonia bordering Elam. So that lets you know what this is, basically a soldier tribe of Hamites. That was basically the military for ancient Babylon. The Babylonian Empire of Nebuchadnezzar, Neo-Babylonian Empire. So that's the army of Babylon. So when you understand that, So 21 again, go up against the land of double rebellion, America, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod, the military of Babylon the Great. So now it's talking about modern Babylonian army. So the Most High is going, because that's where the battle's going to be. It's about the militaries fighting. So the Most High is going up against double rebellion, Babylon the Great, America, and Pekod, the modern Pekod. Pekod means the military of Babylon the Great, of Babylon. And now in modern terms, this is prophetically speaking about Babylon the Great and the military. Waste and utterly destroy after them. So the military is going to be destroyed. Said the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. So Jeremiah 51 and 30. The mighty men of Babylon, who is that? That's America's military. They're soldiers, right? They want to brag about the SEAL Team 6, the Navy 6, the top soldiers, in their whole ranking. They made a movie about it back in the day, just how great they are, These type of men, they're greatest warriors, and they're soldiers, and they're military. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. They become cowards. Their might hath failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. So that's a whole lot right there, So they're about to have feeble knees and weak hands. They're going to realize that Russia and all its allies are too much, and they're going to refuse to fight. And then they say they become as women. That's ultimate disrespect. So how it's a key nugget too, showing you that it's foolishness for women to be in the army today. The reason why they are because they can shoot. Because the ancient battlefield, was where it was men's might with their sword and their shield, right, and different skills they had. A woman would be completely annihilated if an army had women in it, and that nation would be very weak. And the Most High is showing you how a nation is weak. Their men is weak because they become as a woman. So this place has got to go. Going back to Jeremiah 50, verse 31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud. And who's the most proud? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Saith the Lord Yahweh, the Most High Power of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. So we're in those days, the end days. Verse 32. Excuse me. Verse 32. And the most proud shall stumble and fall. That's their military might. They're going to fall. And spiritually as well, they false religions, everything is falling. And none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. So it's going to the thermonuclear missiles as well. What produces that fire? The bombs, rockets, and then the ultimate fire is going to be those nuclear missiles. Let's see. Verse 33. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. See, we weren't oppressed. The only time we were oppressed together was ancient Egypt, right? When we got delivered through Yahweh using Moses to guide us up out of there, right? And ultimately, Yahweh Shai in the chariot, that pillar of cloud by day and then the pillar of fire by night, that was a chariot. And Yahweh Shai was in that by all understanding. So let's see. Yeah, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. And so the next time we were oppressed together in the future is here in Babylon, the Great America, so-called Black Latinos, Native American Indians. The northern and southern kingdom are back together, but oppressed. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go because we're destroyed wherever we're at. throughout the four corners. We're oppressed and destroyed, and they have not let us go. They just continuously eat off of our substance, right? And we're mostly concentrated. The highest concentration of us are over here in the Western Hemisphere, in the Americas. Let's see, verse 34. Their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh is strong, and his right arm is strong. Yahweh Shah, that he's going to send. Psalms 110 verses 1. You can read on down. He shall thoroughly plead their cause. So that word plead goes into judging their cause, and that judging is going to come with mass righteous righteous killing of the heathen, and even the 2/3 got to go. That he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. Because now, because that's the prophecy of Esau. By thy sword thou shalt live. It's by war he's going to live, meaning he's going to have his rulership and be relevant only through the sword. Because America, since its inception, it's only been like a handful of years that they have not been at war. They're always at war in this country. They're always going to war with someone. See, and then that's how the land is not at rest, and how it's at war. It's not at peace, because it's always war. And the Most High is going to finally remove the war nation from the earth. Verse let's see, verse 35. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, said the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon. So that's going into the little hats, Chaldeans, and then, America. Because the little hats over there, the Ish people, and America, they go hand in hand. America is the tightest with those little hats, because they have the fight, they have the money, and then basically America is a hired gun, like a hired mercenary. They're the military might that enforces and protects them, and with their money, A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord Yahweh, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. So all of their men at every level, all of the Edomites ultimately, because the so-called wise men are the ones that created those German scientists that created those thermonuclear missiles. Verse 36. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. You see? And who's the liars? Just turn on the television and look at CNN. Those are the liars, the so-called white race. All they do is lie, all day, every day, with a little bit of factual, foundational facts about what's happening in certain parts. And then they fabricate the majority of it all and skew the numbers and everything. And then a lot of things they don't even cover. You have to go to alternative methods, alternative media on social media sites like TikTok and, to a degree, YouTube, and then Reddit, and it's a couple other places. I forget the name of them right now. But there's underground media sites and websites like naturalnews.com. You can read these things as unfiltered truth of what's really happening over there in the Middle East, so-called Middle East, and with Russia and everything. So that word dope. To be foolish, become fools, act foolishly, show wicked folly. Become fools, so show wicked folly, right? So that's the Most High destroying them. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. They should show wicked folly. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. So they're dismayed at seeing that the Russian might and North Korea testing nuclear missiles and everything. They fine-tuning their GPS navigational system with the thermonuclear missiles and everything as well, right? and China has their nuclear missiles, and Iran, and because Iran overwhelmed Israel with the Israelis, the fake Israelites, with those missiles, and Israel, they brag about they have an Iron Dome, meaning they have a impenetrable anti-missile defense system, but Iran sent outdated rockets over there to Israel, and a lot of them got through. So is the Israelis' quote unquote Iron Dome, aka their anti-missile defense system, failed. And that's one of the reasons too why their mighty men are going to be dismayed. That's that sword, those missiles, and the modern warfare of the military, right? So that being said, I hope this video was edifying. The water to the Rahab Dash for another video. To the next video, I say, Shalom.